Hello, beautiful people. I'm Koneko, and welcome to Shinsei na Koneko. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we will begin our exploration and conquering of the Stolen Lands in Pathfinder, Kingmaker. Okay, so I've been wanting to play this game for a long time now. I first learned about it at the beginning of last year, and at the time I was itching to play a game that had role-playing and some type of kingdom building / management system to it. However, due to projects and my health, I had very little time to actually play games, life, it happens. So later on I would go to purchase this game when it was on sale, but like some of the other games I purchased on sale, it ended up sitting in my library waiting to be played. So when deciding what game I would play for this video, I was very excited when I remembered, hey, remember, you purchased this little gem and it's just sitting there, and you finally have some time to play it. So, similar to a year ago, I've been itching to play a role-playing game lately that has some type of kingdom management system to it. So I'm really excited to finally dive in and play this game. Before we start, I just want to explicitly specify that this is indeed a blind playthrough where I'm just playing for fun. So if you're hoping to watch an expert playthrough, you will not find that here. Here, you will find rambling. You will find plenty, and I mean plenty of, indecision, and probably unintended death. So if any of that seems right up your alley, you may just be in the right place. So let's start a new game. Okay, so here we get to select a scenario. I purchased the game with all of the different components. I think for now, let's see here. In the main story, you explore the Stolen Lands, a wild territory that has been contested for centuries. Hundreds of kingdoms have risen and fallen in these lands, and now it's time for you to make your mark by building your own kingdom. To succeed in this, you'll need to survive the harsh wilderness and menace of rival nations, as well as the perils from within your own court. So I think this is the main one I'm going to play, and then we can probably look into playing the other scenarios. But for now, I'm going to just focus on the main story. So we have the different difficulties. I get to set each individual component, so that's kind of neat. But I think for now, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it on normal. I've never played this game before. This is my first time diving in. And I guess I want to see how it is. Let's see here. The damage you suffer from enemies and traps is reduced by 20%. Enemies inflict reduced damage on crit hit. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we should be diving into these just yet since I've never played this game before. And I don't want it to be too easy. I want some level of challenge to it. So I think normal would be fine. I'm going to keep everything at its default. And if worst case scenario, if there's something I want to maybe change, if something's too easy and I want to challenge myself, or something's too hard and I want to set it differently later, I can always do that. But I always like to just keep it normal, so let's just do that. Keep it simple. Let's see. So we can either use one of these beautifully pre-made characters or create our own. Okay, so I'm going to create my own character from scratch. From this portrait here and down to here are the ones that I downloaded from a portrait back online. I think I'm leaning to either going with this one or this one. Maybe this one? I initially was thinking this one, but the eyes feel like they're staring into the crevices and deepest parts of my soul. So I think we're gonna go with either this one, because I want to create an elf. And I want to be an archer. I always love playing as an archer, so I think this might be it, or this one. Decisions. Yeah, I didn't know which portrait to go with, so I just downloaded a bunch and figured I'd figure out which one could possibly be this one, where I'm riding a lovely big kitty. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like this one probably the best. I either usually play as a human or an elf, And lately I've been on an elf kick. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with probably the elf. You got yourself your keen senses, elven magic, elven immunities. And weapon familiarity. Elves are proficient with longbows, which is beneficial for me because that's what I intend to use. So you know what, we'll go with elves, so the long-lived elves, right? Are the children of the natural world, similar in many superficial ways to fey creatures, yet different as well. They value their privacy and traditions, and while they are often slow to make friends at both the personal and national levels, once an outsider is accepted as comrade, such alliances can last for generations. Elves have a curious attachment to their surroundings, and perhaps as a result of their incredibly long lifespans or some deeper, more mystical reason, elves who dwell in a region for long find themselves physically adapting to their surroundings, most notably taking inspiration. Yeah, we're gonna go with elf. Elves in general are usually a little bit more long and fragile looking, so we'll go with body type 3. I think I'm going to either go with the neutral 1 or actually go with smiling, because in real life I generally, for most people who do meet me on a regular basis, I'm usually very smiley, which is weird, but it's usually just a reaction to just the fact that, hey, I'm around people and I'm nervous, so I'm just gonna smile to make everything better. But I think that might be good. Yeah, we're gonna... No, let's see how this looks for now and see how everything turns out with the hair, and I'll make my decision at the end there. Let's get you a little bit more color on your skin. I really like blue. But you know what? We'll keep it in the browns. And then usually do like the ponytails. Probably want to keep it like that, but let's see what you have to offer here. Yeah. You know what? We'll keep the ponytail. Keep the default basic. And let's make it black. Beautiful black hair. And... yeah, let's go with our original ideas, unless it creeps me out for too long before the end of this entire creation. We'll see how long it takes to creep me out. If not, we'll keep it like that. Nice and happy. You probably won't be once you go into the world, but for now we will keep you nice and smiley. Let's see. So we want to be a ranger. I usually always stick with that. I'm usually a ranger because I like to do damage and I like to use bow and arrow. Or... I usually go with cleric, but it's normally ranger. Sometimes on the occasion, if I want to change things up, I might play with cleric. Maybe wizard, but it's usually ranger. So let's stick with the class I love the most. So rangers are deft skirmishers, either in melee or at range, capable of dancing in and out of battle. Their abilities allow them to deal significant harm to targets, but their skills are often... I can actually change the color. Very close, so let's go blue. Blue is my favorite color, so let's go with that. And that. You know what, we're gonna keep that at 14. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep that at 19, and then we'll just bring this up so that I'm not getting as much of a penalty for my constitution, so I'm slightly less... still slightly less squishy. Because this brings the modifier into the negative, so let's keep it at least basic. Okay, and here's my character's finalized skills. She's persuasive, perceptive, works from the shadows, and has trained enough that she can handle basic, athletic, and mobility challenges. We'll see about trickery based on my team and see whether or not if I or someone else can specialize in that skill. Okay, so I get to choose a feat. So an acquired ability, a feat is an ability a character has mastered. Feats often allow characters to circumvent rules and restrictions. So my character has 1 in the first level and every two levels thereafter. I think right now point blank shot's really intriguing me because I get a bonus on the attack and damage rolls. But ranged weapons, I think that might be the one I end up going with. So here I get to choose my favorite enemy. I'm not sure which enemy I'm going to encounter the most in the game, but I think I'm going to go with either humans or undead. I usually like to obliterate the undead, but I think I'm going to go with humans because I'm probably going to encounter them the most in the world. Since their description said that like they're plentiful in the world, that makes sense to go with them. So you know what, I think I'm going to go with humans for now. And it appears I can always add on more as I level up, so I'll see what I'm encountering the most and go from there. Okay, so I get to choose my character's voice. Yeah, you know I'm going to go with reserved. And then choose name Koneko, or shall be Koneko. Choose alignment. Actually, this is an interesting one here. So we get to choose our moral and personal attitudes. So we have our lawful good, neutral good, etc., etc. Good characters protect innocent life. Evil characters debase or destroy it, whether for fun or profit. Lawful characters tell the truth, keep their word, respect authority, honor tradition, and judge those who fall short of their duties. Chaotic characters follow their consciences, resent being told what to do, favor new ideas over tradition, and keep their promises only if they feel like it. It's like, screw you, I'll do whatever I want. I'm not in the mood for that. I personally always characterize myself as being either lawfully good or chaotic good. Because growing up, I was very like, okay, by the books, you know, if you do this, you do that, you follow the rules, everything must be as is. And as I've gotten older, I've slowly loosened up a little bit more and find myself leaning towards chaotic. So I'm like in between both lawful and chaotic. I'm kind of like, so I guess we could say I'm neutral. We'll see. Let's give me 2 more seconds as I stare into the abyss. This always happens when I'm creating characters. I'll just take 10 years to make each decision because it's like I have to live with this now for this entire gameplay. Oh, and apparently I also have to choose my birth date. I'll go with that. And then I think my main concern is I'm not 100% sure, like, if I choose, say, chaotic good, can my choices that I make in the game then shift my alignment? Because if that's so, that'd be really interesting to see, like, how, based on my decisions in the game, my character ends up switching up. Because who knows, like, I might be like, oh, I'm gonna be playing, like, a good character, and then as I go throughout the rest of the game, someone pisses me off to the point where I end up doing some messed up shit. Maybe I end up in lawful, evil chaotic or chaotic evil or something. I don't know. So it'd be interesting to see, like, is this static? Do I stick in this throughout the entirety of the game? Or based on my choices, will this shift? Because if it will shift, I think it'd be good to have me start off as, like, maybe a neutral good. You know what, considering I've started off my life mostly like this, and I'm kind of shifted into this area, I think I'm going to stick with neutral good for now, and then see where that takes me. So introducing Koneko, the elf ranger, who shall set out into the stolen lands, explore and conquer, and we'll see if she dies within the first level, within the first, like, chapter. Okay, so here we go. Solving weapon familiarity. Simple question proficiency. Hopefully this is solid. I'll learn once I go through and see whether or not, like, maybe in the future when I play, this will teach me whether or not, like, this was a decent build or not. But let's go on. See what the world holds. And let's set out and dive into the world, shall we? So about 200 years ago, the countries of Rossland and Iceland existed within the territory that is now modern Brevoy. Bloody conquest united them into one state, though it failed to erase their differences, and Rossland still strives for its independence.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Where are they? This is taking forever! It didn't even say what this was for, just at the Outdoory. We're looking for heroes. Who are the Outdoory anyway? Rich folk?
Okay, so this is Miri. And let's see here. Okay.
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out.
Oh, shit.
Dory Swordlords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
Okay, so we've been called here. She's pissed off because they're taking, like, long. To be honest, I would be too. You're late. There better be a good reason you're late.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
So these two are already about to brawl.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Okay. So they're gonna make a nice fashionable entrance.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless. Exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suspicious. But okay, so basically they want us to go in and claim it. Okay.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
Yeah. I have a question. Like, okay, so you're going into his land. I'm wondering the moral ramifications of this. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go into your land and just claim it, because this man might actually, like, truly own it. What makes it whereby he doesn't? Yeah, why not go in yourself, and what's the catch? What's the catch? Yeah, why not recognize him?
Good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Okay.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain.
And?
Rune has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here. And it won't while I still breathe.
Okay, so so we're gonna take over their land. Okay.
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
I already don't like the little guy. He's already starting to annoy me. Giovanni, there's a crutch.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
I wonder, like, okay, so, well, that's pretty much going to be me, right? I'm assuming, based on the fact that, you know, the whole essence of the game is me managing a kingdom. Will I get this one, or is it going to go to someone else and they're going to just pull the rug out from under me? Yeah, what are you gaining from this?
Questions? Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss.
Okay, you need to shut up.
Your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around or whatever it is you do.
Yeah, I know that I'm not gonna like you. You're already starting to piss me off.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken
This girl's calling it out.
intrigue?
She's calling it out. She knows that there's more going on here. Because this, really and truly, when you're dealing with the world of politics, not very rare is somebody going to do something out of the kindness and love of their heart. There's something going on in the background, I assume. So what rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
To be fair, I've always kind of just wanted to buy my own land and just chill. Yeah? Just chill. So I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty dope reward. Though I don't really need the noble title, just let me have my land.
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Okay, so Jumanji, Aldori. So she's saying that they're going to prepare us and cover all the costs once we return, because if anything, somebody might die. Well, establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. Yeah, I honestly, besides the fact that it's kind of iffy that we're just storming into somebody else's land, in terms of them helping us set up, that's not bad. It's just I don't know. There's something else going underneath here. I feel something's gonna happen and I'm gonna be screwed over at some point. I don't know.
Words.
Yeah.
Significant. Financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Well, I guess good food's nice, but like the land's sufficient. The land is sufficient. Just give me my land. Alright.
Now you're talking.
So I think we've covered it. So basically, it's going to be all of us. We decide who ends up being the person who receives the title. They don't want to recognize him because they want some form of stability and I guess working with their own instead of with bandits. I'm still kind of iffy about just traipsing into somebody else. I thought this was like just land sitting there and nobody was really there, but apparently you're gonna go and just. I guess I'm hoping that they're. I don't know. Anyway, you're helping us to find. So then they're saying that it's pretty much like, we'll give you these rewards, but there's probably something underlying. And when we get back, we'll get a nice banquet, I guess. So, I guess it's clear as day for now anyway. I just don't know if I trust you fully.
Forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Joseph, I'm gonna I already have been hit with so many names. I don't even remember half of these people's names. I don't even remember most of the information that just happened in front of me.
Hi, my name's Lindsay.
Okay, well,
I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
I already kind of like you. It might just be because you seem non-threatening, but I like you so far. I'm going to be so upset if she ends up fucking me over at some point. We sure will. Just wait. We got plenty of players. You know, I'm gonna be nice. You know, I'm Koneko. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow?
Ah, Tartuccio.
Pretty obnoxious, personally. He
Yeah.
appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero.
Our main protagonist.
Praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
I like you. I hope nothing happens to you and you get to follow me along, because I like you so far. And I agree. I don't like Tartuccio. Tartuccio? FYI, I suck at pronouncing shit. So, then Tartuccio. For now, until I hear his name again, you shall be Tartuccio. He appointed himself head of the team. Yeah, I don't like him either. I want to ask about her book.
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
Okay, so she's gonna be tracking the story.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No.
Tartuccio. So she picked me out of the crowd, and now she wants me to be the main character in her story. I have everything against Tartuccio. I don't know if I want to be like, do I want to be full of myself and be like, yeah, I'm heroic. Write that down. She looks pretty heroic.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. You can tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But, I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, all right? I'm sure you'll agree. All right, I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Lindsay. No, where are you going? Well, she just told me where she was going. But I don't want you to leave me just yet. And so begins a glorious story that'll win over. Ah! Come back! So this is my character. So I started off as a neutral good. Ah! So I can shift. Okay, so that's good. I can actually shift. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see like how my alignment shifts as a result of my decisions. I had a feeling. Okay, so when she mentioned like she was going to be taking everything down, this is basically going to be the beautiful recap of like everything that's going on in terms of quests in the story and as it's told so far. So that's kind of neat. So my quill takes the first step on the road to glory. My quill takes its first sip from the ink pot and scripts, or rather scribbles, the first lines of the book about the travels, adventures, and victories that lie ahead. The book that will extol both its heroine and me, its author, Lindsay. The note to self, when I come up with the fancy nickname, add it here. Lindsay the wordsmith, maybe perhaps? I'm writing this in the banquet hall where Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori has just finished telling us about the mission that lies before us. Tomorrow at dawn, our team will set off to the Stolen Lands in order to accomplish glorious feats. This is where my book begins. The gods themselves can't say what will happen next. So our basic quest, if you will, is that we need to leave the hall. So we have a long road ahead of us, but we all need a good night's sleep. Fortunately, Lady Jamandi has graciously given us each a bedroom in her mansion. I have to admit, I am so excited that I won't be able to even close my eyes. Fortunately, I had a chance to talk with the future heroine of my book. I think Koneko is just the person I was looking for. Well, hold on to that, Lindsay. I don't know. This game has choices, and as such as it has choices, it has consequences. And we'll just see how everything goes. I might just bring this whole kingdom to ruin. Let's see. Did I talk to you? Okay. Yeah. You know what? The fact that you're saying it's just simple bandits, I don't know, guys. Oh, you, of course, are like, it's gonna be glorious! Are you ready? I bet he does nothing. I bet everybody else is... I bet he's one of the guys... He's that type of guy who's gonna be, like, cowering while we do, like, all the heavy lifting. And then he's gonna be like, I'm now the person who owns all this land! Yeah. The people who are like, it's gonna be easy, it's just some simple bandits. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get you're telling me to exit the area. Okay. I like to explore every inch and crevice. I like to see if there's things hidden within the shadows of everywhere. So I'm gonna be running around here like a crazy person, looking around the shadows, seeing if there's anything I might be able to pick up or find. I like to be thorough, okay? Thorough. Leave no stone unturned. Yeah. I don't trust... Something has to happen because some of the people who here are like, it's gonna be simple, it's just bandits. You know something's gonna blow up in our faces and we're gonna be screwed. Okay. From the looks of it, they're like, pretty much... Everybody's kind of leaving. There seems to be nothing else for me to really do here. It was just talk to some of the people, which most of them said basic stuff. And just, I guess, for me to get used to the controls and stuff. So it's... I guess we've looked around all we could get and talked to everybody who we could talk to without them leaving anyway. Oh, you. Okay. I think yeah, she was the one who called out earlier that, like, the bullshit. That there's definitely ulterior motives going on here. So creatures capable of regenerating hard to kill, however, most of them have some type of vulnerability. For example, monsters cry, can be killed with iron, cold weapons. Okay, so stopping regeneration using weaknesses.
Help! Help!
Okay, shit's already going down. Okay, so Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared. Her face is smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in her hand. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
Is this timed? Because I kind of want to look around the mansion and loot for anything. Okay, continue.
Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry! We have to help the guards fight off the attackers, or we'll all be cut down one by one!
Are these the bandits? Oh god. Okay, so combat. General. Combat happens in real time, but you can pause the game at any time to assess the situation and give orders to your companions. The pause and unpause space, which I've already assessed. It's very similar to any to other RPGs of this nature, so yeah. Click on an opponent in order to attack them. To switch between turn-based and real-time modes, I can go into my game settings. Dice rolls, most of the mechanics are based on, dice, classic. When the battle starts, each combatant makes an initiative check. The higher the initiative, the earlier the character can act. Initiative scores can be viewed in the combat log. So combat is divided into rounds. Each round lasts 6 seconds. So an attack roll will happen. And whether an attack succeeds will be based on the armor class, and then that will, if it succeeds, the amount of damage will be dealt. And that's based on other factors. Okay. Next. Okay, so my initiative check is higher, so I'll... There you go. His defense, not inspected, not inspected, not inspected. He's an assassin.
A solid plan.
Okay, so let's unpause. Oh, damn. Okay, so I hit the assassin with the long one. So, okay, so first steps, I left the hall, now I have to follow her. She left, and this guy bypassed her and went to me. Alright, so combat finished. Going anywhere. Check his body for anything. Select all. Okay, map, so we're here. And I now need to exit the room. Is there anything else I can interact with in here?
Our duty calls.
If anybody's life, I have to say, depends on me arriving on time, I'm sorry, guys. If this is time sensitive. The assassins are quickly. Follow me quickly. Yeah, later. I already checked out the journal before. Okay, so I didn't manage to get any sleep, but it wasn't due to my excitement. In the middle of the night, the mansion was attacked by some cutthroats. It came out of nowhere. Blood screams everywhere. Why am I laughing? It was terrible. I had no idea what was going on, but Koneko was in the room next door, so I decided we had to team up, or they'd cut us one by one, which is nice and all. But yeah. See this? This is why you be thorough. You go through room by room. You gotta be thorough. She wants me to go that way, so I'm gonna go in the opposite direction. Because I'm about collecting things. Turn all them stones. Okay, so there's 2 assassins. Can we sneak up on them?
Watch each other.
No, you can finish him. Have your fun. I don't like you. Okay, so she's currently focusing on him. And my character's kind of focusing on... I'm gonna try and see if we can finish off this guy together, maybe? And then the 2 of us can focus on this guy here.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would be? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Lead it? Dude, you are just about to get executed. How are you gonna lead us to victory?
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the Stolen Lands.
So, yeah.
Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Can I just let him die? I don't like him. I mean, you know what? He gave me a ring. But how dare you talk ill of Lindsay like that? I don't like that. So I've now acquired a ring. Okay, so this is supposed to like teach me how to equip stuff. To equip the item, double-click on it, or drag it to the sustainable plot, blah 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 blah. Where's the ring? Here you are. Am I blind? Yeah, you are blind. Okay, you're turning into your mother. Okay, there you go. So, hover your mouse with the cursor object to see the tool effect. So make them harder. I'll be able to deflect more. Okay, so just to kind of get an idea, I want to see like what my party's like. So, she's my counselor. Love her. She once studied at the Academy of Arts in Pitax and decided that the real bard doesn't belong with the suffocating walls of some school. So she set off to find a hero, one worthy of being praised throughout the ages. And that's how she came to find lovely Koneko and to just help me in my journey to the Stolen Lands. Are they stolen because we're going to steal them? Anyway, she's chaotic good. Okay, what are you exactly? Oh, yeah, of course you're evil and chaotic evil. Okay. Yeah, I know we're not gonna get along. I'm gonna be so upset, like, if he at some point... Okay, you know what? Let's stop riling yourself up. Let's see. He's a sorcerer. Okay, so I kind of like the fact that you can kill people with flames and... Okay, so maybe you're not as useless as I initially thought. You can actually do something. You can daze your enemies. You can heal us. And deliver a scream that will screw people up. And inspire courage. So nice buff. How long will that last? Okay.
I deserve better.
No, you don't. Burning hands. Okay. Okay, so.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
I love her so much! Okay. Burning spells, magic missile. Let's see. Can we put a magic missile onto them?
I'm writing you out of our story.
I am one-shotting people. And they go down hard. Like, they just explode, man. Okay, so Lindsay and Tortuccio are capable of casting spells. To use a spell, click on its icon. Okay, so I keep doing things right before the tutorial tells me. Aim for him. And let's pick up anything. Collect all. We're already encumbered, but I want to get everything and all of it. Let's see here. Okay. Another person. Oh, they have comment. Okay, so these were other people who were just chilling in their rooms, and they met the fate of death. I wonder if these assassins are related to the bandits that we're about to, like, go and attack, or until they're doing like a preemptive strike, or if this is something separate in terms of the larger like scheme of the story. Why? Okay, this is not the first time I've. Oh no, is everyone dead? It looks like it. Pathetic. They couldn't even defend themselves, but they thought they should conquer this. Okay, did we not just find you about to get executed by 2 people? Unless you were playing, like, weak. I think you were about to die, no? Lindsay. Oh, she's like dancing. Okay. Select all. Aww, kitty! Can we keep it? Because I kind of want to take this. No, it's okay, kitty.
For Gorum! It's the end for you, rat!
She is not going down as easily. Okay, first we need to get into the room here. She is probably gonna just end up killing them all without our needing our assistance.
Oh, it's you. Stay out from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
Amiri, I kind of like your spunk. Please don't try and kill me.
Blood for Gorum!
We could stick together.
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Okay, so far so good. We've explored everything that we can. Let's see. Justin, drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous, I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, you ugly... Get them. Oh. Oh! I just walked right over him? Oh, damn. I don't think we should be going after that. So that was a frost giant. Just stepped over him, like, and they didn't even warn him. Just kept going. Damn, man. Quick question. I can't just, like, escape. No? No? Okay. Just dip out and be like, it was fun. It's time to go. No? Okay. Your passage is blocked. You can't make it through this way. Our first skill check. So heavy gate is securely blocked. So sometimes when interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful skill may be needed for a variety of tasks: unlocking a door, opening a chest, disabling a trap, moving heavy objects, blah 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 blah. Different skills are used for different check. If multiple characters are selected, the one with the highest will perform it. Some skill checks, including check, can be attempted multiple times. Others, like unlocking doors or spotting hidden things, can only be retried after a character raises their skill rank. Okay. So some items and spells can give character bonus, but applying this bonus doesn't give you... Okay, so... Okay. There we go. So... let's go. And I gained experience from it. Oh. Collect all.
Tread lightly.
Listen, I'm getting everything I possibly can. And now I'm wondering, should I have invested a little bit more into strength? An armory. I'm sure Jamandi wouldn't mind if we borrowed a few things. Okay, so we have to break the door into the armory and find some stuff. Okay. Okay, so we are gonna go in here. And I've been doing that, hun. I should probably no, but I want to hold like just in case there's any new information. I'm picking up everything.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
So this is my first, like, oh my goodness, am I gonna do something like my first choice and possible consequences? Okay.
How would she know it was us and not the assassins? Unless someone planned on telling her.
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
No, I'll leave it. I'll be good. I'll be a good girl. Let's be sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Oh, I am for it. Okay, so an undead girl. Okay, go through the trap-filled hallway. You encounter so many traps during your ventures. When any of your characters purchase a trap, they will make perception traps. On success, see the trap's location and the game will automatically pause. Traps vary in effect. Okay, so I might still trigger a trap. I can do it as many times, but I can still trigger it. Okay. Oh, that means we now have a new person to help us with our encumbrance. That's great. That's just great. Just wanted to check what type of character. Alright, so I actually looked on you. You used to, study or whatever at the academy, and now you wanted to set off and follow a hero. He is a powerful sorcerer who can burn any enemy to a crisp. Okay, so he isn't completely... I said that before, but like maybe he could have handled those two guys. Unfortunately, his power is matched only by his arrogance. Yeah, I wonder why his power always given to such self-satisfied people. Yeah. Ominous alliance. Ooh, sorcerer with no equal. A heroine counselor. Was it Jethal? Is an elf from Kilnin. One who is not quite alive, so we've just learned. The elves exiled her from her kingdom for her terrible deeds. Her search for a new home and a new patron has brought her to our leader's banner. She pays no little heed to her companions and does what she does. Neutral evil, yeah. I liked you, but I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna get along well, because you're evil. You're gonna deal with this, hun?
Applause, please.
Applause.
I see something.
Go ahead, girl. Handle it.
Applause, please.
Another applause. I am falling in love with her so much. She's just adorable.
Would you look at that?
Oh yeah, I was looking at our encumbrance now that she's with us. Okay, so it's not as bad as it was before. Let's hope that we're almost at the end here, because I am not leaving this place without all of the items within my possession.
Anything else?
Oh, we're good. Some scrolls, okay. Single use, yes, yes, yes. Must have use magic device. Or be able to actually learn the spell. What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Jumanji's cash has to be his. Okay, so they're here for her shit. Oh, we weren't able to sneak. Scripted attacking. Okay.
Attack!
And Lindsay was called for.
Enlighten me.
State your desire.
You cannot stand against unworthy, wretched things.
A solid plan.
What did they say about cash? Curious. Of course you're curious. You just want to ransack her house. Says I, the person who's like completely ransacking it right now. Every corner I am taking her stuff. Except for the money. Because that outwardly was like, you're stealing. What's this stand for? Did they do anything? Okay, so there's more over here. I think this is like some type of puzzle. But I'm too dense to figure it out. Okay, so you have a guy over here, up, and then this one's down.
Let us be careful.
Okay, yeah, this is... So, do I want them all up or do I want them all down? Because this one is in charge of these three. This one handles these two. And this handles these two. Okay, so when I do this, you do all three of these. If I do you, you do all three of those.
2 hours later.
I think I just figured it out! Okay, so if I bring... okay, so right now, this is... Okay, so if I bring this down... Right? And then this one here... actually... will bring all of them down. And then this one... Yeah! Okay. Oh my god, that was a pain in the ass. But I'm assuming that if I put... Oh shit. I have to figure out how to get these up then, because that means this one's also gonna have to come up. Okay, one step at a time.
Let's head out.
We got one cache. Okay, 6 will allow me to do 3, 5, and 6. And then since that's 1 and 4... Okay, so it's not going to be as difficult as, I guess...
Adventures calls them.
I shouldn't have futzed with them too much in the beginning, I think. Okay, so, but I figured it out now. So, this will bring these up, and then this one will bring the other remaining ones up to where I need them to be. Yay! Oh my gosh. Our encumbrance is going to be quite upsetting.
The path is clear.
Scared? You should be.
What on earth? Oh. There's an ooze. Okay.
Words?
Everybody go.
What a miserable last chapter.
Okay, we need to heal
I
you.
wrote it like I saw it.
I am so sorry, hun.
Just letting the ink dry.
I was not paying attention. I didn't even realize that I was gonna get... I should have anticipated that.
You. Any last wishes?
Okay, always remember to save, too. Let's remember to save, because we don't want to be caught off guard again. Okay, here we go. Oh, outside. So like a courtyard. Okay. We've got 2 hostiles down there. Okay. I'll probably snipe at them, so let's get her over here. We'll go with the one that's closest.
You deserved it.
Submit.
Okay,
Forwards.
No. That was bad on my part. You go with this. I'm gonna aim for him. You guys help her with him.
Last wishes.
Ah! Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
My girl's just here having fun killing people, and she's just like, people have died. Now let's display some knowledge. Is it shite? A Kelishite? You sound like a Kelishite, am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends. I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
Okay, I think let's go.
I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me.
No! I knew somebody would be at the death door.
Meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Okay, so sometimes dialogue skill checks. So sometimes skills are checked over the course of dialogue, for example, when trying to convince a character or something. The check result will determine the way the dialogue develops. The character in the party with the highest bonuses will be used to determine the check. That's good. Okay, so... I didn't read the fact that he has no severe wounds, so he's just, like, making mountains out of molehills. Or he's pretending he's dying so nobody will bother him. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know whether or not I want him... Let's see here. We could either go with the asking him what's wrong and see what happens. I don't know if sometimes when you're doing these dialogue checks, I don't know, like, that's the end of the conversation if I say something. So, like, I could go with what's wrong and then afterwards either do one of these options. I think I'm leaning towards either being diplomatic and try to say, yo, you're okay, or pour something in his mouth. Let's see.
I'm dying. I knew this expedition was doomed. Oh, Grotus, my vision darkens.
Should I play along? Or should I just tell him, yo, diplomatically say, hey, you'll be alright.
Too late. Forgive me. Oblivion is calling.
Okay, you're being extra. It's time to get up.
That's impossible. Oh, it seems...
Yeah. Okay.
It seems I will live.
No.
Suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Tread lightly. I've spotted something. I shall not fail.
Okay, so that's neat. We found a nice door here. Heavy grate that's securely locked. Looks like there's stairs that, like, it legitimately brings us down to stairs. But we can't seem to do anything here, so... Okay, so I have to talk to them?
Let us bide our time.
Can't talk to any of the guards.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Yeah, okay, so... First of all, do you need help putting out the fire?
I'll manage. I've got my best people here. Those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Okay, so first of all, who are you?
House Gares, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
Yeah, there is.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi, I'd also get myself a manly captain of the guard.
Okay, so you are thirsty for him. What's going on here?
Opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamande to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fate, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain?
I'm suspecting right now, I have like very little to go on, but I'm very much suspecting it's probably maybe the bandits as a preemptive strike. Or a warring nation, maybe? I don't know. But I'm suspecting maybe the bandits, because that's so far all I can think of. Since this whole meeting is about us going in and getting rid of them, maybe they're just getting rid of us first. Where's the hall?
You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
Is there a way I can use that, like, that path I just found? Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll go. I'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
I like the cut of her jib.
May Abadar keep you safe.
Oh, okay. I was like, do I have to run really quickly? So some game events play out in illustrated book episodes. The decisions you make during these episodes can have drastic impact on the development of the game's plot. As with dialogues, you will often need to make various skill checks during these episodes. Depending on the circumstances, sometimes you'll need to choose one of your party members to perform an action, and sometimes an action will be automatically performed by the character with the highest skill level. Okay, so, and our adventure started, earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team who gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Koneko, and not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he may have imagined of himself. I love this. Jumanji Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through the fire, literally. As we approached the burning building, we drenched ourselves in buckets of water, tried to find a less dangerous passage. Alas, there was no safe passage. The villains who'd attacked the mansion knew what they were doing. The only path to the banquet hall led straight through the fire, which kept spreading despite the guards' best effort. Having ascertained this, we will drenching ourselves really work? I think we should cover our nose. Because we don't want to inhale. Right? Prudence is key to victory. Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet ourselves with clothes. After that, we covered our noses and rushed in. We shouldn't have... yeah, I had a feeling. We stood looking for another path. While we did, the fire caused extensive damage to the mansion. As soon as we entered, we heard the horrible cracking sound of flame wall against us next to it, quickly slanted, threatening to fall on our heads. With no time to think...
A few moments later.
I don't remember my men's skills. Okay,
More moments later.
Oh, thank God. I don't know what saved us that day. Maybe the gods or luck, or just our own dexterity, but the flaming logs didn't hit any of us. The way back was blocked, but we weren't turning back anyway. We had only one way to go. Okay. I sat and deliberated on that for a while. The hot air, can you imagine if you're really in this situation? I would be the worst person to have on my new team. Oh god. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered down from the smoke, but Koneko led us stubbornly through the flames. While Tartugio did nothing useful at all. I am loving this narrative. We'd made it through the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone call for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty. Oh, okay. But now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are 2 more!" she shouted as she passed by us. "They are wounded! Help me pull them out!" Tartuccio grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, no, let's help save the guards. Saving the poor fellows didn't take long. Together, we lifted them up and carried them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and to wipe the sweat from her face. "Thank you. That was truly noble of you," she said. "And now, let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid." Ensuring the guards we'd rescued were relatively safe, we made our way back to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Okay, so we're entering the battle. That was interesting. Yeah, I was wondering, somebody's gonna end up being fatigued. That's her. Okay, so fatigued, cannot charge, and takes negativity to strength and dex, doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes character becoming exhausted. After a rest, they will no longer be fatigued. Okay, so let me learn just a little bit about you, Miss Valerie. You are Tower Shield Specialist. Okay. Abandon hope and embrace the inevitable. He is very doomy. That's the kind of speech that yeah. I like when we were in the hall and he was like, "This isn't gonna go well." Yeah. Every single day. Oh, that's not the best thing to hear. And although PS3, yeah. It's kinda a whiner, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so she is a valiant defender, reliable combat in battle, proud Valerie rejected her destiny as a paladin of Shaylin? Instead leaving the order behind. To find her own way in life, her loyalty to our cause is only matched by her divine beauty. Okay, you are like loving up Valerie. Kinda. I want to see where that goes. True, she can be a touch arrogant sometimes, but I always feel safe when she's around. She's like a rock I can cling to. Yeah, my girl Lindsay over here is like vibing well with Valerie's. Whatever Valerie's putting out, Lindsay is responding to. Okay, we'll see what happens. Oh, but don't click there yet. If there's anything I've learned in my entire life, is always save before a battle. Okay, and back from whence we came to the beginning. It's her, and I'm assuming this is like an ally of hers, and there's a barrier around them, it seems. Just from the looks of it. Okay, we've got, what do we got here? Got a wizard, no, a wizard. I say we take down the wizards first, because they're gonna give us a run for our money.
You cannot stand against me.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, you guys deal with that. I'll snipe these assholes from afar. Go. Okay, one of them is down. All of you guys go in for them. I am gonna take care of this guy here. Cancel out one of their bowmen. Okay. Now all of you on the leader. He's probably gonna be a little bit harder, so let's get a little bit of... Oh, all of you guys are just decimating.
You deserved it.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Before I talk to her, let's see how these guys are doing. Not even departed, and we already won our first battle. Seems like a good omen, right? I don't know if getting attacked is really, like, a good sign. So many deaths, the night stokes our rage, the grief and tears will come. Okay. So she's like, yeah, this is a good sign and everything like that. And I'm kind of like, no, I don't know if that's really a good sign of what's to come. I think we've covered all the bases here. We've talked to everybody else besides her. And okay, Jumanji. Let's see. I always want to say Jumanji with her.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger, and that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Okay, so I'm thinking my hunch is correct, because she just said somebody knows what they're planning in terms of them going into the stolen lands, right?
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why she wasn't killed. The bandits recognized her as one of them.
Ah, you have got to be kidding me! Really? Oh, and I put it on like a damn fool. Oh my gosh. I knew it, and I trusted this asshole. Okay, Pitax is a hub for trade in the River Kingdoms. Aspires to be the center of culture and higher learning as well. Can escape its more unsavory origins. You know what? I'm gonna be knowledgeable. I seem to have some knowledge, so you know what? Yeah, I have no connections. This guy setting me up.
Probably, yes. But this evidence is circumstantial at best.
Yeah, true.
There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
Oh, shit.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life the spy's anyone but this woman. I saw how she dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with her through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy!
Please. Oh my gosh.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed her true colors. She forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, I didn't know. Like, I legitimately, like, I thought we could, you know, have something on our hands to help us go through this. So I'm gonna ask for forgiveness, because it's true.
An attack is no reason to break into rooms in someone else's house and pocket their property.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
It is insane when faced with death to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry.
Damn.
Your words display a lack of wisdom.
Okay, so he's a little bit more chaotic.
What about that trick she pulled right before we came in here?
What do you mean? What trick did I pull now?
She knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, she dallied as long as she could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. She was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
If I can't get this man killed right now, I will be my mission. You know what? Screw putting together Kingdom. Screw this mission. My sole mission is to get him dead. Kill him. I want his head right now so much. People were dying. It's true. People were dying in front of me. Like, I can't just walk by.
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but she behaved decently, as a true leader.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Hey, I wanted to help, okay?
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join her team. She seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Aw, damn. Really? Is it because I didn't choose the chaotic one? Oh, I should have chose the chaotic one.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this woman. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spine guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Okay, so this took an interesting turn, so 2 teams. Okay, let's see how this goes.
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution.
Yeah, that's fine. And it's interesting tactic, but we'll see.
While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
Okay, so the connections to pirates. Interesting. But by our estimation, so 3 months. 3 months, I guess.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
Okay, and I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for the first chapter. So far we've done the prologue, which was essentially the tutorial to help familiarize ourselves with the game itself. And so now we get to set out and start our adventure. So far, first impression, I'm really, really enjoying this game. I know it's just the start, and there's a lot more mechanics and story to encounter, but I can confidently say I like this game. I like the story, and I'm finding myself really falling in love with the characters. The score, the music is beautiful, and the gameplay has been really enjoyable so far. Though it took a while, I am happy with the character that I've created, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well we fare in this world. Since I tend to play as an archer, I usually allocate most of the points to dexterity and strength, and then try to balance out the rest of my points based on my personality, and somewhat from a strategic standpoint. So I'm kind of wondering how my current charisma will affect my ability to run my kingdom, as I'm sure that there's going to be moments when I'm going to need to be diplomatic. Hopefully being persuasive will be sufficient enough without the modifier from charisma, but you know what? I think it should be okay. My characters are usually persuasive and perceptive, and I usually like to work from the shadows if possible, so I hope that stealth was a wise choice. I think the only skill that I'm still kind of questioning at this time is trickery, and if my decision with that was good. I usually love for my characters to have a background in lockpicking and disarming traps, but I chose to focus more on athletics this time around because, with the logic that, you know what, I'm probably going to have a teammate that can focus on that skill. And you know what? I think Lindsay will probably be the one on our team to take up that mantle if I don't. She's already been doing a great job so far. I think I'm going to be using her more so from the perspective of focusing on that skill. And you know what? So far, the story, as much as it's been simple, we just had the beginning there, it definitely has been interesting. The setup for why we're getting the opportunity to set up our own kingdom definitely intrigues me. I'm hesitant because I feel like there's more going on, but you know what? It still definitely intrigues me. And my hunch that something would go wrong was right, because behold, we were attacked by assassins in the middle of the freaking night, which is definitely giving me some flashbacks to Dragon Age Origins. And just like at the end of that origin story, I am very, very motivated by the betrayal I have encountered. Tartuccio has made an enemy, and this enemy shall not go down without a fight. He crossed me, and now he started a war that I intend to finish. I guess I was right in my first impressions and suspicions that he wasn't to be trusted. I mean, to be fair, the game pretty much like spells it out for you. Do not trust this guy. But yeah, I don't know if he's just lying and making up the fact that, like, I know he's lying about me being a spy. I know that I'm obviously not a spy, but I don't know if he's making it up on the fly of who the spies are and what the attack was motivated by. Or if he's just in cahoots with like the people who sent, like if he's actually in cahoots with the people who sent the attack and is doing like some chess maneuvers to distract suspicion from himself. But man, I am so glad I didn't steal the money, or he probably would have used that against me. He would have. Like, that would have been another like infraction right there. I actually can't wait to play this game again in the future because it's going to be really interesting. Like, if I didn't put on the ring, what would Tartuccio have used against me instead? Like, would he like still accuse me of being a spy without the ring on? And would me accusing him have like a higher rate of success? One of my missions is going to be to defeat him, and hopefully at some point I get to see through that he dies in my hands. But anyway, despite Tartuccio leaving a bad taste in my mouth, I'm really fond of the character so far, and I kind of regret not choosing the chaotic option when explaining my reasoning for ransacking the armory. Wow. I would have enjoyed having Harem be a part of my team. While he is a bit of a doomer, his antics had me laughing. But although I do regret it, in that situation I really did have to apologize. To be fair, I not only took the items from the armory, but I full-on out ransacked that woman's mansion. Like, I took everything that wasn't nailed down. I didn't even use the items. I'm just gonna end up selling most of them. So technically, yeah, I did steal, and I needed to be ready to face that. So I'm hoping that at least we cross paths again in the future, and hopefully he can rejoin my party as well. But for now, the fierce Amiri and the strong Valerie will make fine additions to the team, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting to know those characters a little bit more. If it wasn't already obvious, I am in love with Lindsay, and I wonder if I can come up with a better name or title for her, since she's looking for a better title. Do you guys have any great titles for our wordsmith? Like, she's such a delightful character, and I'm really enjoying reading through the journal and episodes because of her. Having her be our storyteller and using her as the voice was like a nice creative touch. And reading things from her vantage point makes it much more entertaining to read. So that's definitely cool and motivates me to read the journals a lot more and seeing how she describes the events that are happening. I'm motivated. I'm definitely motivated to continue. And so we're going to see how the story really goes. Can I pull this off? I don't know. But this is the beginning of our journey. We're setting off to explore these lands and hopefully, build up a nice kingdom of our own. And yeah, I think my rambling should be concluded. So this concludes the first installment of not even just Pathfinder Kingmaker, but the first episode ever of this channel of Shinsei na Koneko. Since this is my first video that I'm publishing, I want to truly take time to thank those of you who have made it to the end of this video. A part of starting this channel is to help challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone. And sharing a passion of mine, like, I really love video games. It's been a part of me for quite a long time, since I was a young child, so I really love video games. Being able to share this passion of mine is kind of a way of dipping my toes into letting my voice be heard, but with the comfort and solid foundation of doing something that I truly love. So thanks for joining me on this journey. And I also want to say thank you for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Love you, and goodbye.